is really happening?
That the world was ending.
In the Family, The Fall of Ruby Franke, Part 5. Last I left you, we were going into 2020 and all the goings on of 2020, plus there's an earthquake. So they really start thinking, we're going into this end times, oh my God. And even more so, they're not necessarily scared, they're like excited.
All this going on, it got exciting. Like, this is really happening. And we're here, we're living in this.
What is really happening?
That the world was ending.
How would you like to know what to expect prior to the second coming? The Lord actually has given us such a document, the Book of Mormon.
Everyone else is going to burn, but we felt like we were on the right side of it.
You were super excited that everyone was going to burn and you were, how very Christ-like. I think they're on the right side. They've done all the right things, but whoever did this documentary, that was a real question right there. And I mean, from what I know about theology, I wouldn't count on going to the good place, but that's just my opinion.
But if the world was ending, did it occur to you that maybe you wouldn't go to heaven? Or maybe you'd go to hell?
Never. It never crossed our mind because we were preparing for it. And we weren't alone.
So at this point, Ruby and Jodi are inseparable. They're prepping together, they're doing all of this stuff. Kevin is a part of it, kind of, but really, it's about the two of them, right? Then Jodi starts having possessions, and I don't mean things she owns.
Apparently, she was being haunted by hooded shadow figures that would just appear surrounding her bed at night. And she said Satan had it out for her. And we believed it. We wanted to believe it.
She calls Ruby and Kevin to come help me. Oh my God, this is horrible. She's got a bishop who goes in there, which, side note, can we talk about the implications that the church should have in this, considering... No, okay, sweet, awesome, moving on. But they call her over and they are all together and she's having these fits and all of this stuff, and then they hear this loud crash from the basement.
There was nothing. In that same visit, high up on the glass, I saw a big handprint. The fingers came out like that outside of my hand. And I didn't have an explanation for that.
Now, while I'm not saying I totally believe him, I do think he probably actually believed that religious delusions and religious psychosis can get really, really, really dangerous. However, can you come to the bathroom with me? So I put lotion on to make sure that you can see it. And I would like to point out that I do have pretty large hands for someone my size, but still. Okay, so we're going to start. We want long fingers, right? So we're going to start with that. And then we're going to roll over and put the palm and boom. Demon hand. Original picture, take it in, take it in. That actually looks more like a foot than a hand, but point proven. So Jodi has the bishop come and bless her house over and over again. It's not working. The bishop says, you know, we've got to do something different. We can't keep doing it like this. And Ruby goes, oh, I know. You should move in with us. Remember that Vine? They were roommates. Anyway, continuing.
I remember Ruby calling me and she says, you know, you have a couple hours to take whatever you need out of your room and she's gonna have it. I was moving out in 2 weeks anyway to go to college, so I figured I only have to deal with this for 2 weeks.
That's Sherry, the eldest Franke child, and I just finished her book, and oh my gosh, that is a strong young person. That's all I gotta say about that. But they take away her bedroom, and during this time, she's the only one who stops and goes, you know what? I'm gonna look this lady up. And she looks her up and finds all the horrible things. She breaks up marriages. She got her license suspended. She's not actually a psychiatrist. She had a counseling license. There's a lot there, but of course nobody listens to her. At this point is when they really, really start going in on the two youngest being selfish and horrible, and just, it was just awful.
They're perfect for Easter. No! You're not entitled to talk while I'm recording. Sit back up there and be quiet.
My little brother was kind of talking back. My little sister was being rude to my mom at some points.
Go downstairs! Now! Both of you!
To my mom, that felt like evil, and she wanted help.
Jodi also made some comments about kids having privacy or feeling like they're allowed to have a moment alone, and just the way she said it was so absolutely aggressive and venomous. They're kids.
Children
are not entitled to privacy. This is not an age thing. It's an accountability thing.
It's an accountability thing. So if you moved in with one of your clients because you were possessed, then we're going to have accountability for that too, right?
We weren't to tell anybody that Jodi was there. I thought it was weird that a therapist would move in with her patients.
Feels weird because it is weird. I just can't even list all the professional boundaries that violates. But how was she maintaining her residence in this house? Well, by putting on quite the show.
Jodi would go into these possessed trances. And she would start speaking in other voices.
She's mine. She's mine. She knows.
That is where I shall leave you today, because quite frankly, that's about all I can take of that. Now, in the next 2 parts, we're going to get this done and talk about the rest of the episode. Midterms are over, I'm on spring break, so I can actually just sit and create, which is amazing. But oh my gosh, I understand the background, I understand all of that, all the facets of it, and my God, that is still just scary. Have a good day.